All right, welcome to Fast Break Breakfast NBA podcast. My name is Keith Parrish. This is a LeBron James going back to the Eastern Conference emergency episode, and I'm joined by my good buddy, Joey Devine.
Hi, it's me.
Joey, welcome to the show.
From the On Hiatus Roundball Rock podcast.
The temporary host of the On Hiatus Roundball Rock podcast. Joey, we spent maybe, what did we see each other for, like 6 hours?
Not enough time. I did not get enough Keith time at Summer League this year.
Yeah, you were in and out, precision strike at Summer League. Did you have a good time?
I was only allowed to be there for a day. And in fact, when I showed up, I didn't time which day I should go because I could only go on Saturday. And then it was the worst slate of Summer League games you can imagine. And I was like, I'm not even going to go to these games because I just drove 6 hours to get here last night. Got in at like 2:30 in the morning. And I'm going to stay in my hotel room and then just see my friends.
It was, and I heard many people say this independently, it was as if there was a game and the challenge of the game was to create the least interesting Summer League schedule possible. They're like, what if we get no one that people want to see? What if we set up some of the worst matchups possible? Because I ended up going to the Westgate to watch the World Cup. Mm-hmm. That was England and Denmark. And it was like everybody, like I am a Summer League fanatic, although in my old age, I have cooled some.
Same.
I think last year was the first year where at like 6 p.m., which is really when the meat of the best matchups usually are scheduled in Vegas. There's usually a very good game, like, 6 p.m. Pacific. This is the good games on. There's two games going at the same time. Last year was the first year when somebody was like, hey, you want to go to dinner? Like right now, like at normal time? And I was like, yes, let's just go. I'm just going to go to a normal dinner and not stay here until 9:30 or 10 p.m., which to my body clock is midnight Central Time. So last year, I felt the fire waning. This year, with that matchup on Saturday, it was I don't care if I go. I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
Might as well go. But yeah, it was pretty weak. But it would have been more fun, I think, if LeBron James made up his mind while we were there. Mm-hmm. He did that like many, many years ago. But now LeBron has made up his mind. And I just want to talk about the ramifications and what I think are the two biggest angles.
Okay. I bet I have a different angle, but go ahead.
I think one big angle is the shakeup in East Group B in the Emirates Cup. And I say that as a half joke, but it's not actually a joke because East Group B is incredible. It's the Knicks, the 76ers, the Cavaliers, the Heat, and the Pacers. We have LeBron, we have Giannis, we have Jalen Brunson,
Tyrese
Halliburton. Got Maxey, the NBA's second highest scoring individual game player of all time, Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown. We have, by my count, 4 finals MVPs, I think 8 All-Stars from last year. That's honestly an incredible group. Part of that is it signals the shift of power maybe to the Eastern Conference. But, all right, so that's the first thing. My half joke about the Emirates Cup. The second thing, does this now make the Gary Trent deal make more sense for Clutch?
No.
Because Clutch is like, listen, Gary Trent and LeBron combined for $70 million. Oh, that makes sense. Will it be fishy if Gary Trent Venmos LeBron James $50 million?
You know what?
What if he just buys him a jet?
I mean, I have nothing to say about the Gary Trent deal. The Gary Trent deal is so crazy. It's like there's nothing to say about the Gary Trent deal. So honestly, anything could be anything is possible with the Gary Trent deal.
I saw on social media Frank Kaminsky posted something.
He posts too much. He posts so much.
He posted something to the effect of, oh, we're investigating the Gary Trent deal. Are we now going to investigate players making too little? And
the players all claim they make too little now on every podcast.
I was going to say, why is everyone so stupid with their like comparisons? But also after the LeBron James signing, it made me feel like, well, maybe we should. I don't. That's not very much. LeBron James goes to the Sixers on the minimum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He said also, LeBron did, not Frank Kaminsky. LeBron said this decision was not made with his family in mind, which is an incredible thing for a person to say.
So insane.
That's awesome.
Well, you saw they're saying he's going to live in New York City and take a helicopter every day, right?
I did, and I mean, wait, did Kawhi helicopter to Clippers practices? Because I think he lived in San Diego, and
and JJ Redick famously lived in New York City when he played for the Sixers,
with his
and people were mad at him. Yeah.
There's so many round ball rock bits that I definitely like. I ache for. And
JJ Redick's secret family,
the JJ Redick recurring joke,
city.
And so LeBron can do the secret family. Also, I do feel there should be a special report about Tillman Fertitta's yacht and angering Italy. I mean, man, all the good stuff going on there. No, Joey, what's your angle?
This is the most boring place he could have taken.
I disagree. Why do you think so?
Because the city of Philadelphia historically has the worst possible track record with super teams. Every time they've ever thought they had a super team, that team misses the playoffs and flames out in an embarrassing fashion, and the city turns on them immediately. Anytime they've ever signed a notable free agent in any sport, anytime they've a famous guy who's old has ever gone to Philadelphia, it is bad. I believe in sad vibes, and the city of Philadelphia making historic free agent signings are sad vibes. Generally.
What will it take for this city to turn on LeBron? Do you think that's possible? Is that on the table?
Lose 3 games in a row? It's Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia.
He is, 42? And him signing for the minimum, him doing this is one of those no investment things. This is an icing on the cake thing. This is you didn't mortgage anything for this. You actually, arguably, Mike Gansey, perhaps the greatest swap in NBA history, turning Paul George's contract into Jaylen Brown and LeBron James?
Yeah.
How does that even happen? Does Brad Stevens deserve any blame for setting these things in motion?
I mean, I blame Brad Stevens for a lot of things, just generally. But
this would not have happened.
No.
If the Sixers hadn't ended up with Jaylen Brown. This transformation of the Sixers, where all of a sudden, everybody is putting in their deposit for Sixers season tickets right now. Go back to when Paul George got suspended. That was a destitute organization. This cost Daryl Morey his job. Things were so low, no optimism.
Well, I'll tell you, this is going to cost someone else's job, though, this signing. LeBron James is going to hate Nick Nurse so much.
Oh, yeah.
I think we really need to talk about that. I mean, LeBron James famously hates his coach the first year he goes to a new team. Just famously already.
Yeah. Tried to get Spoelstra fired. And got Ty Lue, Mike Brown fired, right?
Yeah. Nick Nurse is not Eric Spoelstra, but has the worst Eric Spoelstra tendencies.
He also travels with his guitar and a keyboard to play for people, which I've always considered to be an abomination of a personality characteristic.
I also I feel for VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey here because I cannot think of a more annoying combination of people telling air quotes here jokes than Joel Embiid and LeBron James on a plane flight.
I don't know if it's AI, but I saw that Edgecombe posted on Instagram the meme of LeBron, the "I can't believe this is my life." He did his own version of it.
Yeah.
So maybe Edgecombe is taking the news very, very well. This roster,
it's like a very Reddit coded sense of millennial cringe, Reddit coded sense of humor on both sides of the spectrum with both of those guys.
I feel
and
that.
Neither of them can shut up.
Well, so I don't know if I think Edgecombe's young enough where he will be able to adapt and adjust. I think the hardest thing here is just Jaylen Brown thinking.
Well, yeah,
he wanted his own team, maybe, or like he decided that the fences couldn't be mended with the Celtics.
Did he though?
I don't know. That seems to be the idea. And then
it sort of seems like the Celtics were just like, we think he's going to be a problem. Let's trade him now.
Well, so that, even if that's the case, I think Jaylen thought maybe I want to go to my own team. And apparently he was very picky where he ended up going. He chose a team where arguably he wasn't going to be the best player. Because I think maybe Maxey. I'm really high on Maxey. Like after I feel like this playoff run where they beat the Celtics, I was like, oh, Maxey turns out he's a top 10 guy, possibly. And so I think Maxey, best player on the team. I guess if Embiid is 95% healthy, maybe he's the best player. But Jaylen going to a team where maybe he's not the best player, but he might think he is, to now like be on this like super team where he's not even the best player. He's going to be a guy who I think
fourth best player.
Well, as far as who do you want the ball in his hands? Yeah, you're now down to like probably fourth because he's not a super playmaker. And we got this listener question actually. What most popular player on the Sixers is Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown is the blank most popular player on the Sixers. And what I mean.
Okay, so
clearly Maxey is more popular than Jaylen Brown.
Embiid's got to be more popular.
Is Embiid controversial
in Philadelphia?
Is it like are Sixers fans? Is there any like split there where people are like, you know what?
I would guess no, because he won an MVP. He's the trust the process guy. He's all they've had. Like
trust the process.
I bet he's still number one. Embiid actually.
Yeah.
So it's probably Embiid. Then
I mean, Edgecombe's pretty popular. LeBron is going to be.
LeBron is maybe the most popular NBA player ever.
Yeah, he's sure.
Well,
he's up there.
Second of his generation, but then
and Steph. What are we saying? Kobe.
It's behind Steph. Behind Steph. I mean, Kobe doesn't count. Kobe's a different generation. Then probably Maxey. Then probably Edgecombe.
Edgecombe's very popular.
Yeah, then Allen Iverson.
I wasn't doing all time.
No, I'm still just saying, I guarantee if you asked the city of Philadelphia who their favorite Sixer is, they're going to say Allen Iverson before they say Jaylen Brown. Then Jaylen Brown?
I think they're obviously going to like Jaylen Brown because he still infused them with so much optimism and enthusiasm for this season. Them flipping the Paul George deal, even if Paul looks rejuvenated in the first round briefly, turning that into a finals MVP. They were already fired up, but now the fit's weird. Why is Anthony Simons on this team?
I don't know. It actually really annoys me. Because as a Golden State Warrior fan, that's actually who I wanted the Warriors to sign.
Oh, interesting. That's actually another angle to this. We'll get to that in a second. How are the Warriors doing? How are the teams who are left out of this feel about it? But no, the Sixers right now, I think the Maxey and Jaylen Brown and LeBron and Embiid, That is amazing. Like I think that's
Sure.
very, very good. I have
Yeah.
no complaints at all. I do feel they need now maybe not an Edgecombe or an Anthony Simons to play alongside those four.
What about LeBaron Philon? Who
Or
they
a
also
LeBaron
have?
Philon, who's I watched a summer league game of him this morning. But they need, in my mind, the large two low usage
Well,
shooter.
they're signing
three.
KCP.
Yeah, and I don't mean
Yeah.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who I believe I haven't looked up the exact stat, but I'm certain I can come up with the stat head filter that clearly paints him as the worst shooter in the NBA the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a 30% shooter KCP I don't think is the answer at the two. I don't think the answer is on the roster. They still have, I mean, their offseason is so
Well,
good.
they have Dean Wade.
Well, I was going to say Dean Wade was a good signing. I feel like this veers into too much cliche podcaster territory to
Where
hype
you're
up the
going to be
signing
stoked
of
about
Dean Wade. Dean Wade, for me,
Uh-huh.
is a guy who's great to have on your team if you don't need him to start. I think he's a good bench guy. He can start. You don't want him to have to start. So I think like getting Dean Wade for depth in the front court, I think that's very, very good. I do think the backcourt needs.
Well, they have Caleb Love and Ryan Rupert. What about them? What about them?
I saw Ryan Rupert get a triple double last year on the Grizzlies. It was
What about Marjan Beauchamp?
I mean, I'm a fan, but no, I don't think they have the right makeup. Part of this makes me, if I was doing this in my own fantasy world, if I get LeBron, now I'm thinking, oh, how do I build around Maxey and LeBron for like 2 years? And is Jaylen Brown the perfect thing? Like, part of me wonders, oh, can we now trade Jaylen Brown for something? Like, he's not the perfect player, you know? Like what could I flip Jaylen Brown for?
They have so many bigs on, like, weird bigs on their roster.
Not
I'm looking
excessively
not
useful bigs. Yeah.
No. They have all these, like, project bigs. Like, they have Adam Bona and
They signed Huck Porty.
Ariel Huckporty and like even the guys who are like 6'9", like Dominic Barlow and Jabari Walker, are like not really wings, or Johnny Broom. Like, these are like,
that guy's not an NBA player, I don't think.
I know.
And
They're not.
I think Jabari Walker might get set free. I mean, they have too many. I think they have too many players now.
Yeah.
And also, of course, I know LeBron said he's not thinking about his family. Is Bronny just going to be left behind? Is he going to eventually join up for the Sixers? The Lakers have too many players too. I assume Dalton Connect was going to get let go.
I mean, they're going to do something dumb. Who's a white guy who's available? They'll trade for him.
Oh, you mean the Lakers?
They'll turn 3 guys into 1 guy.
What, going big picture mainstream, what effect, if any, does this have on the Eastern Conference race, or even the title race? How do you think this positions the Sixers to compete for the title?
I mean, I don't know. It feels like there's not enough ball to me for this team, but and that's not really a LeBron problem, actually, because LeBron likes to pass. But you know, you want Maxey to have the ball in his hands. Jaylen Brown wants the ball in his hands. Joel Embiid is like one of the is a black hole. I mean, passing has never really been Embiid's strength.
No,
he just wants to shoot 19-footers.
But honestly, he's so good at shooting 19-footers that I can't blame him. I feel like any possession. I think the biggest upside, my most optimistic feeling towards it is any possession that ends with Maxey and Embiid is great usually. And any possession that ends with LeBron, that's also great usually. And then you just have to be like, hey, Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, can you guys be low usage off ball guys? Which is not really, at least Jaylen can defend some. So like that's useful. I mean, can Joella turn into Marc Gasol? Like, hey, could you turn into Marc Gasol? And
No.
then Jaylen Brown turned into, I'm not sure what.
No, that's sort of
Yeah.
the Embiid problem, right? Like,
Yeah.
and we all loved Embiid for 10 years until he stopped he became sort of an ego guy.
Yeah.
And also a hurt man. So what's even worth talking about him? Can they, it's really, did they re-sign, where did our friend Andre Drummond go? Oh, he's a Knick. I forgot.
Yeah.
He's a Knick.
He's replacing
You know
Mitchell
what?
Robinson.
Now that Andre Drummond can shoot threes, that's kind of what this team needed.
Well, I mean, you got Drummond going to the Knicks. You got Mitchell Robinson going to the Celtics. I still think the Celtics are going to be great.
The Celtics will be fine.
I think they're going to be really good unless like Derek White has just passed on. Like if he finally ages out or something. I think the Celtics should be really good. The Atlantic Division is honestly incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people don't focus on divisions, but you got, I mean, the Knicks, the Celtics, the 76ers, the Raptors, if they get Kawhi, assuming they get Kawhi, that's nuts for those. And then there's the
But what
Nets.
if the Raptors have to bring Brandon Ingram back?
Yeah, part's I thought the Nets, I was pushing the Nets. They should have immediately been allowed to relocate when the Knicks won the title, because even hardcore, if there's no such thing as a hardcore Nets fan, but even hardcore Nets fans were like at the Knicks parade. They were, like, This was perfect permission. Just move your friend. No one cares. Move the franchise.
Yeah.
I feel like also this year, you have 16 scheduled losses just in your division. Like, just go somewhere. Just let them go to Seattle. Just move on. But how, do you think the 76ers, I think they're on par. I don't know. Maybe I'm too carried away that they looked healthy and won that playoff series, but I think they're on par with Knicks and the Celtics. And I think they're probably better than the Pistons. And I like them more than I think anybody else in the East. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Just because when you're doing this sort of wish casting, you have to not think about health. I think one reason I think a lot of people like it is even if you think that like name a games number for Embiid, is it 30? I think even if he plays 30 games, well, you're gonna be fine. I think you're gonna be fine. But when do they play those 30 games?
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't know. I personally think, look, I understand why LeBron chose the Sixers because they were the best team on his list.
Okay. So you think, let's get into that a little more. Mm-hmm. So you think he decided basketball wise, ring chasing wise, because when
he's chasing a ring. This 100%. Is ring chasing.
Well,
yeah.
If you're signing for the minimum with the playoff team, you're ring chasing. I think.
I just thought it would be more interesting for him to not ring chase this time.
As in, do what? Make more money somewhere else?
No, as in like any of the other three options I thought were more interesting from a narrative standpoint. Then I went to go be the fifth starter on this really good team. The Heat are interesting because it's like him going back to a job that he hated so much at the end of it. And also Giannis is there. And making up with Pat Riley is interesting. And the Cleveland is interesting because it was that team would be weird with LeBron, but also ending where you started. And then the Warriors would be interesting simply because it would be seeing LeBron on a team that's not that good, but also sort of having this Magic and Bird dream team thing happening at the same time. I also felt from a basketball standpoint, in the 25 games they were all healthy, I actually felt like that would have been where he was happiest. Because playing in that Kerr system with Steph Curry running around, but again, it would have been 15 games of health. It wouldn't have been, and they would have been bad. But those games would have been interesting. And I just don't think the Sixers are all that interesting of a choice. simply from a like narrative standpoint. And that's where I like to view LeBron, because like I didn't think when he signed with the Lakers that was interesting either. I was like, oh, this is boring. This is like biggest star in the NBA signs with the Lakers. Oh, I've seen this narrative every decade.
Let's go over some of the other landing spots that didn't work out and get a little more into the Warriors' feelings about this.
Sure.
Since you are a Warriors fan, we'll do that right after this.
I am a Warriors fan, but I also was not like viewing LeBron going there as anything. Like, I didn't think it was going to happen. I actually viewed the whole thing as a failure of Warriors ownership, sort of. We'll talk about that.
Let's get to that right after this quick break. All right, Joey, I don't think you as a Warriors fan assumed LeBron was going to come to the Warriors. But did the Warriors front office really do all these things thinking this might happen? Was there anything to this? We're going to trade for AD and bring in LeBron.
No,
and that's why Draymond hasn't signed and he's still a free agent.
No, I think LeBron wanted to go to the Warriors because he kept saying he made up his mind and then changed his mind. Right? I think LeBron wanted to play with Steph and Steve Kerr, but also their team is so poorly built that he just realized, what am I going to do here?
Were these LeBron dreams? Sorry, were these LeBron dreams? Did they include a scenario where somehow Jimmy Butler's getting traded out and you're paying LeBron, or like LeBron is signing for the minimum and either playing with Jimmy Butler or then they're flipping Jimmy Butler for AD or something?
On the Warriors side?
On the Warriors side, yeah.
No, I think the Warriors think that Jimmy Butler is going to Jimmy Butler grit and grind his way back and be fine.
Because you can't. So here's where I look at it as a non-Warriors fan. You can't have LeBron, Draymond, and Jimmy Butler together. That kind of sucks.
No, Draymond.
I don't want to watch that at all.
Here is the Warriors' problem, and it's actually sort of a Steph Curry problem. It's the one knock I have on Steph Curry in his entire career. He is too loyal to Draymond Green. Draymond Green has the positives of Draymond have been outweighing the negatives have been outweighing the positives since basically the Jordan Poole punch.
Yeah.
And they're still letting him run the show here. Like he and Jimmy Butler have never been a good fit. He and Jonathan, Jonathan Kuminga is not. I'm not a Kuminga guy.
Is Kuminga gonna join LeBron in Philadelphia?
No, I think Kuminga is gonna be
coming back to the Warriors.
No, it would be the funniest possible thing. But no, like part of the reason the Kuminga thing didn't work is because they were playing Kuminga and Draymond and Jimmy Butler together. And all of them are power forwards who cannot really shoot very well. Like at this point in their careers. And he's just, when he turns it on, he's still amazing. I mean, Draymond Green he's like my third favorite Warrior of all time. Like I was a Draymond guy over a Clay guy, even going back to when Draymond was incredible. And he's still, when he turns it on, like the last 2 minutes of that Clipper game in the play-in, he's incredible, but he cannot play at that level of defense anymore. And his offense has regressed to a point where it no longer the negatives of his offense no longer outweighs the positives of his defense, and the negatives of his personality no longer outweigh the positives of his game.
He's been on a real also social media heater of like whatever clips that his like podcast is putting out. It's just expressing how much he doesn't understand humans.
Well,
like everyone's like, oh, Steve Kerr said this to me to show me how I was negatively affecting the team. And he's like,
well, and a week before that, he was openly threatening Yaxel Lendeborg physically.
Summer League MVP, Axel Lindenberg. It's really funny. They keep posting these clips like, listen to what this idiot said to me. And it's like the person said some very reasonable and supportive human things. And he just doesn't get it. As far as other landing spots that LeBron spurned, do you think, so you've said one narrative wise, you're not that interested in the Sixers. As far as basketball wise, do you think if he had chosen the Cavs, would the Cavs then be better than the Sixers? Because I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes me wonder, why didn't he go to the Cavs? It's just they couldn't flip James Harden for Kyrie, or they couldn't flip
but why
Evan Mobley
flip
for Kyrie?
But why flip for Kyrie? That's the thing. So I do want to say the AD thing, I don't even think was a LeBron thing.
Okay.
Like I don't think the Warriors want AD. They want to get better, obviously, but like AD is not the answer for the Warriors because they already have Kristaps Porzingis, who's played more games than Anthony Davis in the last 2 years.
That's incredible.
Think about that. I think that is Rich Paul posturing. I think LeBron really didn't know what he wanted to do, and Rich Paul is trying to link AD to LeBron James's free agency to get AD paid.
Okay. I mean, I feel like the basketball fit on Cleveland, despite not being ideal that you have Mobley and Jared Allen and LeBron. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm still fine with it, and I think it's better. And it would have been better.
Harden and LeBron would be bizarre and interesting.
I like it.
I don't really think Harden for Kyrie is really like a thing they would have needed to do. That came up out of the blue to me. I think LeBron just was kind of bored and didn't want to go back to Cleveland a third time.
So, basketball fit, why not? Do you think the Timberwolves would have been better if he just went there? I'm not sure. LaMelo and AD and then LeBron and Gobert with Jaden McDaniels. Actually, you know what? Maybe that would have been better than the Sixers. How the Sixers ended up. Like, I do actually kind of like that.
Yeah, but there was no way he was going to live
just in Minnesota.
There's just no way.
Live in Chicago and
unless they let him buy Prince's at Paisley Park. If they let him buy Paisley Park, then maybe he would have lived there.
Why not? So we think it needed to be it needed to be basically, if it wasn't going to be home in Cleveland, it needed to be like in LA. I guess San Francisco was good enough. Miami is good enough. New York's good enough. Like, he wouldn't pick the Pistons. Like, basketball wise, why not the Pistons?
Because I don't think he wants to live.
Okay.
I think that's why he didn't choose Cleveland.
Okay.
He's a business guy.
So that's why not the Nuggets? Because I do feel like Jokic and LeBron would have been glorious.
Yeah.
I mean, even
but
Aaron Gordon.
Going back to the Warriors thing, I actually think part of him initially, because he keeps saying the Warriors came in second, and Rich Paul keeps saying that, is it was between the Warriors and the Sixers. And I think a lot of that is him regretting turning down that trade 3 years ago after playing with Steph in the Olympics.
What were the details of that trade?
It was the Chris Paul the Chris Paul contract for LeBron or the Clay. It was one or the other when they had those two giant expirings for LeBron. But I think it was Kuminga and picks too. I don't remember the exact details. But remember, Jeannie Butts literally asked him if he wanted to get traded, and LeBron said no. And then the next year he plays with Steph in the Olympics. And then after that, he keeps doing podcasts talking about how he wants to play more with Steph. And
here's what I want to know now about LeBron's contract. Can he demand a trade to a new team now? Like, can he just try this out? Like, how long does he have to go? I mean, a
Daryl Morey
deal,
wouldn't trade him, but no.
I mean, listen, he's like, I hate Nick Nurse, I hate Jaylen Brown, and Joel Embiid's out for the year. This isn't what I signed up for. Trade me to the Knicks. I mean, if the Knicks hadn't won the title, he would have gone to the Knicks on the minimum, right?
Yeah. But
now he decides he can't chase
but
that title.
I actually have some more Warriors angle I want to talk about here real quick.
Okay.
I think the funniest thing in the world about this is Joe Lacob is a moron, obviously, who put all of his eggs into a 41-year-old man's basket to save his life. And the guy that got him is a guy he essentially kicked out the door because he was so annoying.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Bob Myers, I don't know him personally, so maybe I'm using the wrong adjective. I would say I personally dislike him.
Sure.
He rubs me the wrong way.
But you know who loves him? Famous free agents.
Okay. Yeah.
That dude is very good at closing deals for the most famous free agent on the market.
Yeah. He has done it again.
Yeah.
That angle of Joe Lacob losing out to Bob Myers is very, very funny.
Yeah.
Bob Myers always strikes me as someone who's living this super charmed life. Cause loosely the way I remember his life story, it's like he was a tall guy at UCLA and they let him walk on the basketball team. And then it's like tall, good looking Bob Myers was promoted to being a coach because he was a walk-on on the team. Then he got hired to this fund because he was this tall white guy. And then it's like he built the Warriors super team. It's like, no, he ended up with Steph Curry. And so it felt like he kept getting credit for all these things where he was just there. Maybe you're right. He closed the deal.
I mean, he closed it well, but before that, the more important one actually is Andre Iguodala at the time was the most significant free agent signing the Warriors had ever had. No one had ever chosen the Warriors. And that was entirely Bob Myers.
Also, maybe part of my maybe I created this view of Bob Myers because I heard him on the NBA broadcasts.
That's the problem.
And
he was so bad at broadcasting.
He was unbelievably uncharismatic, and he had like, I got a funny story, and it wasn't a funny story, and I would be like, you're the John Hamm 30 Rock doctor who is so handsome no one's ever told you no, that you're actually incompetent. So maybe I just formed that after hearing him not be funny or charismatic.
But what I was going to say is the difference between, you brought it up, LeBron wanting to get traded. Actually, the thing people like about Bob Myers, by people, I mean players, is he's the opposite of Daryl Morey. He's like a hardcore empathy guy. And so, yes, he will absolutely trade LeBron James if LeBron James is unhappy. Remember, he was crying at press conferences constantly over like player injuries and stuff, and would like defend. Anyway, yes.
Another landing spot that was never mentioned, and is probably just too significant of a heel turn to go from Lakers gold to the Celtics. Like, was that just something that like LeBron's like, I can't go to Boston. I've had too many issues with Boston. LeBron can't
go. He's had too many issues with Boston.
Because I mean, LeBron going to Boston, I think they're right there at the top of the Eastern Conference.
But just, also like
LeBron on the minimum with now we need Paul George even less. And Jason Tatum, and this is a great roster.
Based on how like the fans, the organization treated Ray Allen, is like there's no way he'd ever go to Boston.
Now that LeBron is not coming to the Warriors, can the Warriors just let Steph go? Can we let Steph go back to Charlotte now? Let's Steph go to Charlotte. I think it'd be so much fun.
I will tell you that was when they traded LaMelo Ball for all those picks. That was actually my biggest fear.
Dude, Steph plus Con plus Brandon Miller. Plus
But-
cool Nas Reed. Come on, that'd be fun.
But honestly, no, I don't think so. Like, A, for my mental health, but B, I think Steph, the way he's talked about it, is pretty chill having the Dirk career end here. I think he's pretty set on it.
When the Mavericks buy out Klay Thompson, is he going to the Sixers or the Warriors?
He's going to the Warriors, and it's going to suck.
That's awful.
Look, there is something I want to talk about here, Warriors related. The Joe Lacob thing. Every Warriors fan on Twitter is so mad at Joe Lacob over like 2 timelines and keeping the picks. And yes, you be mad at him for that. Yes. But this actually stems back further why we should all be mad at him. The day Bob Myers left and they hired Mike Dunleavy Jr. to be their GM, I said it on my podcast at the time, the vibes were immediately terrible. Like, you cannot hire one of the least popular former players in your franchise's history. The guy who choked the coach and got kicked off the team is more popular than the guy you just hired to be the GM. Like, the Warriors have a long history of fans hating players. The only worst choice maybe would have been Chris Webber. That's the only person former Warrior that Warriors fans hate more than Mike Dunleavy Jr. Mike Dunleavy Jr. is like, who's the least popular most former Grizzly?
Chandler Parsons.
It's perfect. This is like if the Grizzlies hired Chandler Parsons to be the GM to usher out the only good portion, to like finish off grit and grind.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And at the time it was like, this is actually brilliant because they hired a guy they already hate to start letting Clay and Draymond like to end the dynasty. But that's not even what they're doing. I just have to look at the face of the guy I hated the most, try and pretend he's like on Steph Curry's side. It is infuriating. The vibes were bad the second they hired him, and they are only getting worse. The vibes get more rancid every press conference. The only good thing that happened before Steph Curry got drafted, the only good thing that happened to Warriors fans happened after trading Mike Dunleavy Jr. They traded Mike Dunleavy Jr. for Steven Jackson and Al Harrington. And even if we believe hadn't happened, it would have been the happiest day in war. It happened on my birthday, and I still say them trading away Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Troy Murphy was the best birthday present I've ever gotten. And that's us, we believe aside. I hate him. I hate him, Keith.
I can tell, Joey.
Why? I swear to God, it feels like, as a resident of California and a Golden State Warriors fan, some point in 2002, Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Gavin Newsom made a deal with the devil to see who can ruin my life the longest.
That's tough, man. I can tell you're very passionate.
Here's a good story. Ready?
What? Okay. Yeah. This better not be a Bob Myers good story. Okay.
My brother went to a super secret screening of Borat at the Metreon in San Francisco before Borat had come out. And people were waiting in line around the block for like hours. And Mike Dunleavy Jr. walked to the front of the line, said, "Do you know who I am?" and got in while everyone booed him. And then he like angrily flipped the crowd the bird.
That's special guy, man. Built for leadership. On my birthday once, Zach Kleiman got me Justice Winslow, and I actually was really thrilled about that. I was pretty excited. Yeah. It didn't work out for me.
Poor Justice.
Let's wrap up with let's play a little game called Which One of These Teams is Better Than the Miami Heat?
Okay.
Because obviously Giannis sort of chose Miami is where he wanted to go and got traded, and now they did not end up with LeBron James, which would have been real weird, but I guess I would have watched it if he went back there. Okay.
What a weird roster the Heat have.
Yes. The Knicks, they're better than the Heat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The 76ers?
Yeah.
Okay. The Celtics? I think Mitchell Robinson and Paul George are great pickups, but we'll see.
It depends.
Okay, so maybe
which Paul George you're getting.
I don't even know if it does. We're unleashing Baylor Shireman. That's my most podcast opinion of the day. All right, so maybe the Celtics as good, the Heat as good as Celtics.
It's close.
Okay.
I mean, like I'm thinking when healthy, right?
Yeah, when healthy.
Like we're gonna say Giannis is healthy
right, but I think you have to extend that when healthy to Paul George if we're also extending it to Giannis.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe the Celtics. All right, what about the Cavaliers? They better than the Heat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. In the regular season, not in the playoffs.
What about the Pistons? They won 60 games last year.
Really close, but I think the Pistons are better.
What about the Raptors with Kawhi?
No.
Heat's better. Okay.
Heat's better, I think.
Raptors.
Look, you got to remember I'm an Andrew Wiggins defender now, too.
I love Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm also a Tim Hardaway Jr. man, actually.
Opinions on his dad relenting and Tim Hardaway Sr. allowing Tim Hardaway Jr. to wear his Miami Heat number 10.
I love it. It's great.
I hate it.
No, it's cool.
It's a good number. I mean, maybe if Tim Hardaway Sr. played longer on the Heat, like he wasn't. Anyways, okay. What about the Pacers with Halliburton back and with Zubac?
I love the Pacers. I don't think they're better though.
Okay. I think
that Pacer team was just touched by God that year and are more of a
there's a strong argument.
6-7 seed.
I think there's a strong argument for that. What about the Hawks?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hornets?
No.
I think the Hornets. This is funny. I think the Heat kind of stink, and you think the Heat are going to be pretty good.
I mean, they have Giannis and like just your top three players, like Giannis and Bam. Like
that's two players.
I know. Yeah, I'm trying.
Keep scrolling. It's Andrew Wiggins.
And Andrew Wiggins.
He's the third best player, and he is not really a three. I mean, he's sort of a three.
He can do it all.
Baby. Who's that starting backcourt?
If Andrew Wiggins, well, that's the thing.
Is the starting backcourt better than Kevin
Mitchell.
Porter Jr. and Gary Trent?
Yes.
And Ryan Rollins. I was blanking. Who's the Bucks' best player outside of you?
It's Ryan
Rollins. Yeah. No, Ryan Rollins and
Ryan Rollins I like better than Davion Mitchell. I'm saying
the Bucks' backcourt last year better than the Heat's backcourt right now.
I don't know.
Which is a horrible place to be.
But you know what? There are still weird Heat guys. I'm like, I don't know. I like that guy.
What about the Orlando Magic?
The Magic stink. I don't like the Magic at all.
The Magic need to give up. I think they need to trade away either Franz or Paolo or Desmond Bane. Magic. I think you might be the 11th best team in the East.
Now, what if the Heat traded for Desmond Bane?
Well, trade what?
I don't know.
He can't trade it. I think so. Again, you seem more optimistic. I think the Heat are going to be kind of bad, but I do love that the Eastern Conference is like legit 11 deep, and that doesn't even count the Wizards, who might be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun blip until once again Western Conference supremacy takes hold.
Now, if they actually expand,
because Cooper Flag and Wemby are still in the West, so
it's true.
It's going to be a fun 3 years where the East
Cam
is better.
Boozer
But
before he takes over.
Yeah.
No, I was wondering now if
the Utah Jazz.
If the league expands, the teams, does Minnesota, New Orleans, and Memphis not want to go east?
No, they still want to go east.
Still want to get away from Wemby.
Darren Peterson. They're not. They still want to go east.
By the way, let's end this show with a single listener submitted question. We'll do that right after this quick break.
Any questions?
Yes. Are you going to finish?
All right, Joey, this is the croissant questioner.
Knock yourself out.
It's one of my favorite drops.
By the way, we already answered the question, but Magnus was the one who said Jaylen Brown will be the blank best player or most popular player on the Sixers next year. Here's a summer league question, which I love, from Major. Malik Thomas of the Cavaliers is currently, or he is, second all-time in summer league scoring average. And the only person ahead of him is Marcus Banks, who only played one game. So that doesn't even count. So the highest scoring players in summer league history by average: Donovan Mitchell, Cam Thomas, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey, Jaime Jaquez, Drew Timme, Lou Williams, AJ DeBonsa, Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry. So Major's question: is scoring a lot in summer league actually a decent indicator of success in the league?
No, it's not.
All right.
No. And I can tell you that because two of my favorite players of all time had two of the best summer league games of all time.
But they're not on this list. I can tell you they are.
They are
Anthony
Marco
Morrow and
Bellinelli.
I
was Marco Bellinelli and Anthony Randolph. And Anthony Morrow also top three.
Still has the scoring single game scoring record. Caleb Wilson honestly could have beaten it, I think, if he made his free throws.
Look, that's an East team I want to talk about. That is the East team I'm most excited for.
Really?
The Chicago Bulls. And here's why. Because I have been dreaming of a day when a team could have two Anthony Randolphs. And they have two Anthony Randolphs.
Yes.
And in Matas Buzelis and Caleb Wilson. And I can't wait. I'm going to watch every game. Double Anthony Randolphs is my dream, Keith. They need three more. We're three more Anthony Randolphs away?
Are these two specific Anthony Randolphs going to actually hit the potential?
I think they are.
Are they gonna? So on a scale from Bruno Caboclo, Anthony Randolph to what?
I mean,
what's the best outcome? Giannis? Not Giannis.
Giannis? No, it's Giannis. Giannis is
no,
Giannis.
It would have to be like a jump shooting Giannis, like less.
It's
less
like Lamar Odom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A sweeter shooting Lamar Odom. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
But yeah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
This reminds me that my wife, not too long ago, based on something she saw on Instagram, asked me, "Did Lamar Odom die?" To which I got to answer, sort of. Anyways,
medically,
Joey, yes, he did for a little bit.
Well, here is a thing I want to say about Summer League. As someone who's been going to Summer League longer than anyone who you know, I was in Summer League the day the Golden State Warriors traded. The day the Golden State Warriors sold. So it's that long ago. It was the day of the John Wall, Jeremy Lin game. One of the most famous Summer League games in Summer League history.
Oh yeah.
So people who think Ade Mara stinks, he doesn't. He's fine. Don't worry. If you drafted a traditional big man and he looks bad in Summer League, it is not the big man's fault. Because they have the worst guards on earth in guard play in Summer League.
We were talking
is the worst place on earth.
I think I was talking not with you. I think I was talking. Oh, it wasn't you because you weren't at the gym. I think it was with our mutual friend Julian, talking about the concept of having all-time point guards at Summer League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just having guys. Kendall Marshall is here.
Yeah.
just to play point guard for your summer
Yeah.
league team. Because
Yeah.
it's like
50-year-old
this is
Mike
a waste
James
of
is
yeah,
here. Yeah.
This is a waste of time for everyone because no one can dribble and pass. And we'd like to see what
And the guys who can dribble don't want to pass because they think scoring a lot of points is going to get them signed to an NBA team, and it is not.
Yeah. Joey, thanks for talking. So much
Of course. Anytime, Keith.
fun. Listeners, if you want more from me, you can get that at patreon.com/fastbreakbreakfast. Joey, is the Discord active?
I think so. I'm not in it, but Sean is.
All right, great. Round Ball Rock Discord still available out there.
Round Ball, well, there will be new episodes of Round Ball at some point. I got a full-time job, and it's hard to do both.
I don't have a full-time job, but I have a job that started paying me to show up more and more.
Yeah.
It's like really fun and like, oh, well, this feels slightly better than podcasting.
Yeah.
So
I've been running after school programs and summer camps, and it's
takes a lot out
I'm
of it.
very exhausted, and it's hard to edit a podcast for 90 minutes afterwards.
Tip your child care providers, everyone. That's really good.
And also, Mike Dunleavy Jr. That's what I want to end on.
All right. You guys are the best. Thanks for listening. And remember, breakfast is the most important thing.
Yeah, never apologize for being G&G. Fast break, man. You understand?
I will remember